Loaded Lux versus Sue Surf. URLs known 10. No tickets. No pay-per-view. See it live and for free. Saturday, July the 11th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Caffeine. Download the app now for free and follow URL TV.
Or something, so we could do that. So we do.
Seeing that, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me like excited to see what y'all gonna do with this Crucible thing.
What's next?
I'm excited for that. I love doing this, but I'm probably more excited for that because this is something new that nobody's ever seen, you know, in battle rap yet, and that's what's exciting to me. I love breaking new things, and you know what JB and them have planned as far as, you know, visually what that's gonna be, because it's so crazy because people are expecting a battle rap like, hey, they got a new way of doing the PGs. You have no idea. This will be a when I say it's a television show, it's a television show, right? And if you've watched American Idol, this will be a lot like that. The experience in the field is going to be a lot like that. You know, of course, with our own spin and spill on it and everything, but I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, it's got to fit within the culture, of course. Like, we're not just trying to remake American Idol or something, but the point is, again, it's about there's stakes in it. Like Smack and Beasley sat with us at the beginning of the year, and we're like, this year is all about adding stakes to everything. Like there's ways from the top tier guys to this stuff we've been working on to add something has to matter to the battle rappers and to the fans. There's a risk involved, so judging obviously jumped in immediately. So and then when we rewrote kind of what the PGs would be like and started to call it the Crucible, like, yeah, it's about engaging people in the whole story of a guy. Like, some guy showing up and there's a camera and he raps good bars. Like, there's just too many battle rappers in the world now for that to be the only thing that gets you over. Yeah. They have to give a shit about you. So the Crucible, like P said, it's formulated or formatted rather like a TV show. Like there's battle rapping, of course, but then there's like them dealing with I don't want to give too much away, but there's them dealing with top tier guys, like telling them, nah, you're never gonna make it, or you know, or like, oh yeah, I can see you up here, like you need to come fuck with us right now, or that type of shit. Like there's real like peer-to-peer evaluation shit. There's interviews, there's like personality profiles and stuff that'll tell you about a guy's whole story arc, so that you know why you should give a shit about it. Because again, like a lot of dudes rap good now, so you as the viewer need more.
No,
I like the accountability in the process, because, you know, before, whether it was Norbs or me or anybody else who were giving opportunities, KG, you know, anybody who was giving opportunities, it allowed people to go, well, P just doesn't like me, that's why I didn't make it. Right. I mean, that could have been true, you know. Norbs didn't like me, that's why that could have been true. Could have been, you know, but we spread that power out amongst 11 scouts, right? Yeah, okay. So if Kales doesn't like you, go to Bills. And if Bills doesn't like you, go to Terra. And if Terra doesn't like you, go to Troy. And if Troy doesn't like you, go to Beretta Blaze. If Beretta Blaze doesn't like you, go to Lex. And if Lex doesn't like you, go to Terra. And if Terra doesn't like you, go to Thesis, and so on and so on. Now, if everybody doesn't like you, go
you might have to.
You know what I'm saying? If there's 11 people and each person gets 2 selections, and you're not one of the 2 people from a region, it's 22 people. Everybody got it wrong. It's possible that everybody could have got it wrong, but what are the likelihood? You know what I'm saying? And then even after those 11 people pick 2 people each, okay, that's 22 people now. Now those 22 people got to go before a panel of 3 judges who are battle rappers, not scouts. Not JB, not me, not Smack. Now you have to impress those 3 people. You know what I'm saying? So you got your peers, the people who are on the stage you're trying to get to, they got it wrong too. You know? So just accountability all through the process. That's something that I really like, because we saw all the controversy and drama surrounding this person stopped my career, you know. or this person, and it's not just Norbs either. I've been accused of the same thing. You know, anybody who's in a position to provide opportunity for someone, you're gonna get it. That's part of the game. Yeah, it's part of the game. But now we're kind of making it. I don't want to say more fair, but taking some of the mystery out of. Is it him preventing me from the opportunity? Nah, because like I just said, identify 10 other people you can go to.
Yeah. And again, too, it's part that part too is one of the reasons why we formatted it like a TV show, because we're trying to get people to watch it that don't just know you from your home league or whatever. So the commentary that goes down, people getting invested in you, it's not just because people at your home league rock with you and they all logged on and watched the battle and said you're the most fire thing ever. It's a whole bunch of fucking strangers that just came to watch the show because it's engaging. They don't know you from Adam, and they're like, wait, who the fuck was that guy? Like, oh, I want to see, like, oh, they only showed me this much of the battle. Like, I want to go to this part and watch the whole battle. Or I want to do this, or I want to engage. And like that part too is going to tell us, as far as like a marketing point of view, like who really deserves a little extra special attention.
I want. Oh, go ahead. No.
What advice would you give to obviously maybe some people like they couldn't hand in their Crucible auditions, or just even some people coming up like on other leagues on how to get to URL, like what you say you don't find people specifically, but you had the team and all, like what URL is looking for.
Bars is trying to get in the Crucible.
Yeah, I heard that. He said something to me about it. He slipped me like $5. He slipped me $5. I was like, $5 don't get you a Crucible.
That's a personal question right there.
Man, that's serious.
Like I said, there's 11 scouts.
Yeah, okay.
Each scout has their own flyer with their contact information on. Contact them, reach out to them. Hey, I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? Or just battle. Or get on your home league, travel around and get your name buzzing. You know what I'm saying? It's undeniable when you're out here and people are saying your name. Listen, we not gonna not hear about you. You know what I'm saying? But if because we're gonna find some people who get their name buzzing on other leagues, and then we're gonna get lucky and find somebody who nobody ever knew that we didn't even know that's gonna audition.
Yeah, Saga people. I seen Saga post somebody. He dope as hell. I forgot his name already, but he was like rapping on the roof with Saga and all. I was like, this dude is alright. Like, he kind of interesting.
Let's make sure that guy gets a look, because I mean, it's
in the rough.
Yeah, and it's not, and that's the nice thing too. It's not all based around just like that audition tape. That audition tape is just one way that you can get shine, but you can also just I mean, all the recruiters are tapped in. Like nobody got picked because they were somebody's, just girlfriend. Like it's like they're knowledgeable humans.
Yo, I wanted to ask you on the face-off today. I seen you and Beasley. Well, Beasley kind of announced potentially doing like a series or a series. I remember hearing that. That sounds kind of interesting.
Oh, the short film stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of content coming.
Okay.
That's more Jay. I mean, I have some ideas and concepts and stuff that I know that we're working on, but that's his lane more.
What's up, JB?
What do you want to know? What you want to know?
I mean, Beasley talked about a potential series or whatever. Like, what is there anything? I know, you guys are cooking up.
There's a whole lot of things in the works. I mean, like honestly, like I spent most of the time quarantined, like writing what we call treatments, like for different ideas, either stuff that P and I had discussed, or Beasley is like a real creative type person who will call you at 4:00 in the morning with some amped up idea. Testify, right? Like, so and when your boss calls and he has an idea that he really wants fleshed out, like you get on the computer the next day and start typing out what that would actually look like. So there's,
he explains these ideas in the trailer voice.
Oh yeah.
That's not a joke. That's not a joke.
That's absolutely real. If he's really excited about it, he's like, yeah. So the show would open it like this today in New York City, and you're like, son of a bitch, you definitely taking this part serious. Yeah, for real.
Makes you feel it. It's hilarious.
But there's all.
How soon will we be able to see anything?
I mean, honestly, you're seing it all the time, but there's a lot of things in the work. I mean, I want to really quick shout out BC. He's in the other room. I traveled out to LA and spent like 3 days with Danny Myers to make that Levels episode, and he took me around to his home, and like I met his. There's like probably 3 hours of footage y'all didn't even see in that documentary of him talking about his life is crazy, and I'm not even saying we're making anything more based on Danny Myers, but stuff like that comes from the creative minds that are in black market media, and then again, just like with P, like people bring stuff, kind of put it in front of me, and I help shape it and then hand it back to them and let them finish it off. And that's kind of my role around here. It seems to be a raw idea, kind of helping it give a direction, then handing it back, then getting it and polishing it off. Like that's kind of like a.
I came to JB with Band, but when the original idea for Band, I said, yo, JB, I got this idea to be dope. What if we could shoot a battle? Picture You Got Served mixed with 8 Mile.
Right, yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know, and, you know, we talked about it, and he said, P, you bugging if you think we can do this and this and this, but what we can do is this, this, and this. And then we ended up with Band.
Right.
You know? Yeah. But I'm excited for what like the future projects and things that we're doing. We have a game show that's already in development. I'm loving that. Fans are gonna love it.
The game show is gonna be so fire. I'm dumb excited about that.
The fans are gonna love it because it involves the fans. You know what I'm saying? If you're the fans, you will get a chance to be heard and be seen. It's a fun show. We got some stuff with Henny Man. We got coming up. That's gonna be dope. Actually, next weekend we're supposed to be shooting that.
We have a lot of stake in certain people that P and I like think overall, like even as well known as they are, like, and Henny Man's definitely one of them, where we feel like as well known as he is, there's such a potential for people to just be in love with him that we want to put him in different places and just see like what can blossom out of that.
And what I try to do, I try to involve as many people as I can who like you grind and putting in the work in the culture that deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there aren't people out there who are grinding that haven't gotten the look because they just haven't deserved it. But at the same time, you know, and like I said, I read everything. I see JRL work. I mean, not JRL. Jay Black works for URL. He's under their control. He's not.
Nope.
He reviews anything he wants to review on Champion. Anything. You know. Now, what he does, of course, he's not going to come on URL and talk about X League's battle. He's not going to do that.
Yeah, that'd be weird as shit. Like people would be really thrown by that if the face off opened up and he was like, you know what's great about this battle league that's not URL? Like that'd be kind of a trick. Right?
Exactly. But then like we have D.I. the Henny Man. We have our judges, Rita, Knowledge, Tony Bro, Uncle Rob.
Grumpy Uncle.
Yeah, but now...
Shout out to Rob, my favorite.
Me personally, I'm reaching out to these people, and the reason these people are getting these opportunities is because, number one, they're big time in battle rap media. Everybody is. But also, on top of that, they're not demonstrative to what we do.
There you go.
Criticism is fine. You know what I'm saying? All of you guys have criticized us for the things that we do.
Fact.
If something's not good, it's not good. You know? But there's a difference between it not being good and it being trash. You know what I'm saying?
You
know what I'm saying?
Negative all the time.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Saying it's not good is negative, but saying it's trash is demonstrative.
It's totally different. And it's corny. Like, you know, like, I mean, shit. P is like my closest friend around here, my partner, right? Called me up once a week to say something I did that wasn't good enough. I don't get fucking furious about it. I'm like, yeah, you might be right. Like, it's the same way we look at it with y'all. But if he was like, you know, you're a real piece of shit. I'd hang up the phone. We don't need to talk anymore. Like it's the same thing. We view it that way. We don't view it as theater or whatever. Like if you're just over there with your slingshot every day at us, and we know we're good at this, like it doesn't even pop up honestly on my radar at that point.
Yeah, and you know, I mean. I respect media, and I respect great media even more. You know, but
we come from that. Frankly, like we started on War Report.
Yeah, you know what I'm
saying? That's where we came from.
That's crazy.
I'm me personally, my taste. I'm not TMZ media. That's not.
I
don't prefer to get my news from there. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, like that type of media is chasing storylines. It's not about reporting the news. It's about what's juicy. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, there's a lane for that. There's a lane that people want to know, and I click on it sometime myself. But that's not what I'm looking to put on, to be honest.
Oh man, I mean, gotta say congratulations to you guys for y'all continued success, man. I know y'all been putting in on for the culture for a long time behind the scenes and really doing what y'all doing, not asking for no thank yous or anything like that. But I definitely appreciate what y'all brought to the culture and continuing to bring. I'm looking forward to what y'all got moving forward. As far as tomorrow's competition, anything you want to just tell the fans or the people to just look out for, because I know they're gonna be still giving their votes in, seeing who won or who lost.
Yeah, no, like that. There's no stakes tomorrow as far as like money going out or anything, but like engage in that chat and say who you think won. Because again, I know this is like a wild card round or a secondary thing or a loser's bracket or whatever negative spin you might want to put on it, but like this is huge for these guys. Huge for these fucking guys. So if our bosses and caffeine and other like people with checks like see you guys giving a shit about the people you care about, if you love Kid Chaos or you love Real Sick or you love Squeako, you love Pat, like get in there and go nuts and talk about them, because that's like we can do as much as we can do, but like the fans help in a tremendous way towards who gets called up. We can fight for a guy, but it's way easier, he'll tell you, it's way easier for us to get a guy on a card if we go, hey yo, Beasley, look, this is how much traction he got like in the last week, or remember that battle that we did with him and blah blah blah, like this is how much people care about it. Then it's like nobody could argue with us.
Supply and demand.
Facts.
It's that simple. Supply and demand.
Definitely appreciate you guys, man. And anything else y'all want to leave for the people?
Look out for the Crucible.
Let me see. I feel like I'm letting you guys off easy.
I would say you can give us like a little tiny percent of it, like something.
Oh, you want an exclusive? They want exclusive.
What
do we got? I don't even know.
So much stuff in the pot.
That's you. That's your laptop?
Yeah.
Okay, show me the game show.
The game show?
Yeah. Show me a little piece of it.